When a plane goes down, crash investigators pick up the wreckage and then they put it all back together in a hangar. In murder cases, investigators sometimes recreate replicas of evidence right there in the courtroom. And it is all for the same reason: to answer questions that you can't answer any other way. In shipwrecks, it is not quite as easy to do that, but it's not impossible. Not anymore. What you are looking at is the sharpest, clearest, most accurate images ever rendered of the Titanic, which sank in April of 1912 after hitting an iceberg. That was 113 years ago next week. But now a team of high-tech visionaries has just built a full-scale 3D digital reproduction of the ship that is so real you can almost touch it.
I found this very interesting. It's a steam valve. It didn't come from here. It landed on the wreck after the stern had settled. And the flap is seen in the open position right now.
Why is that important?
Well, this is a line that was taking the remaining steam from the boiler rooms to the emergency dynamos.
They provided life to the ship. The lighting, the heating, running the pumps.
That matters a lot. That was a clip from National Geographic, a special that just dropped today. Anthony Geffen is the filmmaker behind it, and boy, did I have some questions for him. Like, first of all, did he have any idea that the result of his work would be so breathtaking?
We released in 2023, we released a glimpse of the images through the BBC, and it became a massive, massive global news story. So I had an idea that it was going to be a big deal because people were just amazed. They were seeing the Titanic for the first time in the whole wreck. But what was really fantastic about this project is, if you imagine walking out with the experts and actually being able to find new things. And I'll give you an example. People say, well, what can you find on a digital scan? Well, I'll give you an example. When I first heard about the Titanic as a kid, I couldn't understand how the lights were on. You know, how did they have the lights on when they were sinking? So in this film, the experts walked to and found Boiler Room 2, and they found the evidence that this is where the boilers were alight. And this is where a bunch of engineers had gone down knowing they were going to die to keep the lights on and the SOS signals going out. And they saved hundreds of lives. And we went to the very place where they were working. That, to me, is extraordinary. That's the Titanic story. I don't know. I know about a lot of other of them. But this is, you know, they were standing on the very place where it happened. And that's pretty extraordinary. I think there aren't many times in history that new technology like this can actually take you back over 100 and nearly 13 years. And you're right, this is the beginning. I mean, what we've done in the film is 2 years' work, but we now have the Titanic held in time in 2022 when we did the scan forever. We can go on exploring it. And what's really exciting is that the incredible digital scan was used for this television film for Nat Geo. But guess what? As a Titanic, you know, you're going to love this. Next year, you are going to board a small sub in a location-based environment, and you will dive the Titanic just as the team that I first worked with on the Titanic dived the Titanic. And then you'll put a headset on, like a Vision Pro or a new Google headset, and you will, in your own house, walk around the Titanic. I mean, I love it that, in a way, each generation sees the Titanic in a different way. The next generation is going to be able to visit the Titanic all over the world. And I think that's citizen science will be done down there. I think it's very exciting.
Super scary, though, for people who followed that terrible tragedy where the submersible imploded and killed everyone on board. They were very rich people who could afford to do that trip. What about the folks who, A, can't afford to do that submersible trip, and B, are too afraid given the history? Will we be able to do some sort of realistic trip? I mean, I feel like, yes, given the technology we have now, and go dancing on the ballroom floor.
You will be able to do anything you want with the wreck. Obviously, it's a place where a lot of people died, so there's a certain amount of reverence when you visit it. But I think it's incredible that new technology is going to allow you, ultimately, you, the individual, anyone in the world, to visit the Titanic in absolute scale. I can't tell you what it's like, the tests we've done, where you literally put a headset on in your own house, the whole house disappears, and you are looking up at the Titanic. I mean, the next wave of Titanic, you know, Titanic's such an extraordinary story, but it's going to be here among us. But what I like is that you or anybody else can go and visit the Titanic. And I think that's really important. That's hopefully it'll stop people doing crazy trips to the Titanic, which is not necessary anymore.
Well, that's I had that question. Is there any need to even revisit that tomb? It really is it's a gravesite, it's a tomb.
It is.
There's really everything, every piece of it exists, and we have access to it. We don't need to go down there.
Absolutely right. I think, and I love the fact that it's not millionaires and very rich people now, but it's everybody can become part and visit the Titanic story. So it's part of a new wave of storytelling that certainly I've been working on, where you make a film, but now, as it were, you visit using new technology. And this isn't the first one we're going to do. We're going to do several of these, but I'm very excited because the Titanic is just such a big story, and we all feel part of the story in a way, and we always will do.
Why are we all still so fascinated by the Titanic?
I think that it's a very good question. I think one of the reasons is it's so nearly many elements didn't happen. In the film, for example, we discussed that if the experts say in the film, if the Titanic had gone straight into the iceberg, it wouldn't have sunk. Or that actually they recreated and the area of that finally sank the Titanic is the size of a piece of paper. So there's that sort of what if. I think it's also a period in history of people in dinner jackets and the great new passenger liners that people romanticize about. So I think at that, and it's locked in that time, and it'll never not be. But I think that the sort of work that Jim Cameron's done on the Titanic, the movie, now this is going to immortalize it, and people are going to want more, not less. And I think the Titanic will be with us forever.
Anthony Geffen's new documentary is called Titanic, The Digital Resurrection. You can stream it now on Nat Geo and Disney+.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.